Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you're all having a fantastic, a nice relaxing weekend so far. Today guys, we're going to be jumping into Cardano, but not only are we going to be jumping into Cardano guys, we're going to be talking about the crypto space as a whole and why I believe you are going to see fireworks from now until the end of the year. We're going to be talking about something called the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory, which I used to talk to you guys a lot about on this channel, certainly in our early videos when we were looking at Ethereum. This is around about a 12-month-old video when we said, look, get ready for a bull market. It's coming and you're going to see new all-time highs. This was 11 months ago, and this one was around about the same time. 51 views, guys. So we're going to talk about why you're in for a pretty epic end to the year and what cryptocurrencies are going to do in that time. And of course, we're going to look at Cardano because in yesterday's video, we really focused on this cup and handle structure. And we said things are playing out to a T. Can you see once you break your all-time highs here, you have an area of consolidation before continuation. And that's essentially where you are right now, guys. Lots of people, can you see this here? You break your all-time highs and then you consolidate just above it. And that's exactly what Cardano is doing right now, guys. You can see a possible bull flag here. And that's really setting up for more continuation and ties in. There are so many confirming factors with what's coming for me that I am super bullish, guys, right now. And in actual fact, there are, like I say, many YouTubers out there, many people on Twitter calling for a significant pullback. I happen to disagree. I think we're going to continue. I think once you finish consolidating here, this thing starts moving in the upwards direction because you guys know that we're in a target from the start of our cup to the bottom of around about $4, and we think you're going to get there, guys. This ties in very nicely with the Alonzo hard fork, so we actually think you're going to get probably above $4, and that, you know, that's 21 days ago or 21 days away from now. So let's get into it, guys. So what I want to do quickly, if you're not already following me on Twitter, you get a lot more timely updates on here, guys, just because I can't always come out and make a video when something pops into my mind, but I can come and type a few sentences and give you a brief and short update. It's at Real All in Crypto. So go give me a follow on there if you're not already. So in regards to Cardano, that's exactly what I think is happening. I think you're setting up for some more continuation right now, guys. I think you've got this bull flag that's forming. And ultimately, if you look at the strength here, you know, it's absolutely present, guys. You're creating a bit of a floor here. You're finding some support. And in my opinion, you're going to see continuation. I don't think you're going to get a sell-off. If you do sell off, expect a bounce from this EMA before continuation. But ultimately, guys, I think the likelihood is you break to the upside from this bull flag and we see continuation actually happening. And that's where I think we're going. Like I say, you're in a target of around about $4 from your kind of bigger time cup and handle pattern that we believe is, I mean, to me, guys, it's absolutely obvious that this is what's just happened. Even look at how you kind of take a break at the kind of neckline here. Can you see that? You coil up before you go through, and now you're just consolidating, guys. And ultimately, I'm a big believer that you're set for more upside. We are in the weekend, which is, you know, you can see the volume across the board has gone pretty low. So I think when we get the kind of next week ushered in, things start to get rocking and rolling. And Bitcoin's looking absolutely fantastic. It's doing exactly what we said. We said you were going to break this, and you're just repeating this structure here, essentially. You know, you break your resistance, you come up, you consolidate, and then you grind your way up. And that's essentially what you're doing right now, guys. So everything is looking fantastic. Now, what I want to really do on this video is I want to talk to you about perhaps where you are in this bull market. We said for a long time, this is nearly a 12-month-old video, you can see here we're mapping out something called the Wall Street cheat sheet and said this is going to repeat, and in actual fact you're going to see new all-time highs, and we're going to see a 2017 style bull run again, and that's exactly where we are today, guys. It has followed it to a T. We know that the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory works around the halvening, which is where the rewards of Bitcoin get slashed in half, essentially. This creates a bit of a supply and demand shock, and the price has to adjust accordingly. That's the kind of mechanics behind the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. And I haven't really, because we've been a very Cardano specific channel recently, just because we think the technology behind Cardano and where it's going and its direction, its enthusiasm, to me, it's a perfect crypto. We haven't really spoke about the kind of macro, and lots of people are asking me, look, when do you sell your crypto? That's the key to being an investor or even a trader, you know, is getting in at the right time and getting out. And the majority of people aren't going to be able to do that perfectly. So it's always good to have a plan. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. So first of all, Let me ask an answer. Let me ask and answer the question. Why do I think we're in for a parabolic year for Bitcoin? Well, guys, if you look at every single bull run, it's always round about coming into September. Can you see here, guys? September the 11th, when you get this kind of parabolic mania. Even in 2013, which is we had our previous one, Bitcoin works quickly for those of you who don't know in a 4-year cycle theory, where you have your kind of blow off top bull market and then you enter your bear market before structure essentially sets up. And it is really that Wall Street cheat sheet playing out over and over again. And the reason that you can kind of time this so accurately is because human beings are essentially driving these markets, and they're emotional creatures, and there's emotions attached, and that's why you have these kind of peaks and troughs, if you will. So why is it that I think you're in, like I say, for a good year? Well, look, we've not had that parabolic mania yet, and in actual fact, I'm going to take you over to a tweet from CoinsKid. CoinsKid is another, recently discovered him. He's another YouTuber on the space. He's another Englishman like myself talking about crypto. Very, very good analysis on his channel. So if you're not already subscribed to him and you're looking for somebody to watch other than myself, he's definitely going to keep you right. Very honest guy, always gives you 2 probabilities, whereas we're kind of more on the bullish side. You know, I'm very confident that but he's also bullish, but he gives you the up and down side. And this is a tweet, and this is essentially showing you where you are. Can you see down here, guys? You've had your first sell-off. We've gone through that, and this is absolutely spot on, guys, with what he's saying, because this was our first sell-off. You can see here, the timelines even add up, guys. It's following the 4-year cycle theory blueprint. And of course, this is Bitcoin, but the entire market just really follows Bitcoin. You know, if you look at the total money in crypto, it just looks like a Bitcoin chart, essentially. And then if you look at the total too, which is all the altcoins, it just seems to follow it. So that's why we're focusing on Bitcoin, and this obviously applies to altcoins. You can see you have your first kind of sell-off in May. It finishes around about the end of July into August, and it's really, you know, after that things get parabolic. And I'll switch this off logarithmic in a sell. You can see even in 2013, you had a similar thing happen, and this was actually, I think, nearly a 77% drop on Bitcoin. We only had a 55% one recently, which was severe enough. But this, and looking at the macro, looking at the longer term time frames of things, is how we've been so confident that it's still in the bull market. Even when people were calling for a bear market, we said to you on this channel, this is a bull, and you've just had a severe pullback due to the leverage in the system. Each one of these bull runs, so 2017, 2013, and the one we're currently in, are going to have different characteristics because the market conditions, I mean, look at what we had back in March 2020. Nobody could have accounted for that going into here. I mean, you know, it's a very, very exciting time to be a part of the crypto space. And what I'm trying to show you guys here is a bigger picture. You know, Cardano is essentially just part of this bull run, and he's going to do very well in the next 6 months, I believe. And in actual fact, in the more immediate future, up until the Alonzo hard fork, we think you're going to do exceptional. We think you're going to nearly double in price, essentially, in a very short period of time. And we're still sticking to that bias. And I think you're actually setting up structure right now for more continuation. We don't expect any kind of, lots of people out there calling for a sell-off. The only sell-off you'll get is perhaps to this EMA before continuation, because the strength that is within Cardano right now is just unbelievable, guys. I'm not seeing any signs. A little bit of perhaps bearish divergence on Bitcoin, but other than that, things look good, guys. And ultimately, I think Bitcoin's just going to continue to grind in an upwards direction before we really see that FOMO and mania kick in, which is what we're expecting for the whole market. And what I want to do, guys, is take you off the logarithmic scale right now to really highlight that for you. So this was the previous, of course, 2017, when most of you, like myself, got into crypto. You have your sell-off here, guys. Your first major sell-off. Let's take this off. Can you see this? This is your first major sell-off. My head is probably in the way here, guys. That took place around about May. We came out, and then this is when things really get parabolic. So that's your first sell-off. After that, and this is what CoinsKid's highlighting in this tweet, and I think he's absolutely right with what he's saying. And can you see prior to that, it was 2013. This was a bull market, 2013. You have your run-up, your sell-off, and then it's really towards the end of the year that things get parabolic. And this is when you FOMO, your mania. We've not had that yet, guys. It just looks, I mean, this does look rather steep, and there was lots of people calling for that. But it doesn't look anything different to anything that we've had otherwise. And you really haven't, in my opinion, seen. I actually think this market could, I mean, we're at $2.11 trillion at the moment. I think it could go to the 10 or at least 10 and beyond $1 trillion in a very short period of time in the next sort of 6 months or so. That's really what I think, and we've been largely right. Certainly, if you go and watch my early videos, you'll see that we've been largely right about what we've been saying so far. You know, this was Bitcoin at 11k, this was Ethereum at $400, and you know, we've ultimately been able to predict this, not because we're smart, just because we've took the time to learn about crypto and the kind of markets and the ebb and flow of things and how it works in this kind of wave-like structure. So that's really the bulk of what I have for you guys. Ultimately, I think you're in for a big year. I think right now Cardano's in a target of around about $4. You get that, like I say, from going from the top of your cup to the bottom, and then you add it onto where you kind of break the neckline, and it's really following that cup and handle structure pretty perfectly. I mean, look here, guys. So you break your neckline, you consolidate before continuation. You can see this is going here. Continuation, guys. I don't think you're going to get any kind of a significant sell-off. I really don't. I think you're going to continue. I think it's just taking a break right now, which we updated you on the Twitter. So like I say, it's important to go and follow me on Twitter, guys, because you'll get more timely updates. I am personally putting a lot of money into the crypto space right now in projects that most people would never even have heard of, because I'm looking for some really small. I think crypto is still in its infancy in regards of where it's going. You know, as a market class, it's still pretty insignificant. So I know $2 trillion is certainly a lot of money, but in comparison with how much money is going to flow into this space, you're still early, guys, and you want to try and find those picks. The reason I don't talk about because some of the picks that I'm into have, you know, for example, one I got into yesterday had under $10 million in terms of market cap. It's so small, there's a lot of risk associated with it, and it might not perform till a couple of bull runs later. So that's why, and of course you've got audits and stuff like that are still yet to be done. So that's why I don't really talk about them, because I don't want you guys to jump into a project with a lot of risk associated with them. We may start to do that, certainly once some of them got audited. But we're going to keep you up to date, guys. And like I say, things look absolutely fantastic. We don't have the glasses on today. Just giving, you know, had the night off yesterday, so my eyes are nice and rested, and lots of Elton John calls. I'm not really sure we want to be branded as the Elton John of crypto. That wasn't really the look we were going for, but hey ho. So that's really all I have for you guys. You know, you're in for a bloody good year. I honestly believe that. And that's been the mantra that this channel has had for a long, long time. And you know, like Coins Kid points out in this schematic, if you will, that he's drawn, you're just here, really. And this is, of course, the Wall Street cheat sheet, and you're playing out to that pretty perfectly. So that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. Like I say, if you want to come and draw the Bitcoin for your cycle theory, it lines up with the start of sort of New Year's pretty perfectly. This is something, and if you guys want me to talk more about the macro, like perhaps when you're going to sell, so a quick comment on that is I'll actually be cashing out quite a bit of my crypto towards the end of the year. I'm going into next year. Altcoins more towards next year. My Bitcoin is just my Bitcoin. That will never get sold. That is in a wallet, in a cold storage wallet that I will probably look at in the next 10 years, because I believe that it's going to do exceptionally well. You know, exceptionally bullish on Bitcoin. We know it's not the best tech or the latest tech, but we think it's a digital gold, if you will. It's going to just continue to go up in value, certainly in an inflationary environment. We know that governments around the world are essentially punishing you, if you will, with inflation, even though most people don't know it. It always puzzles me, how many of you guys out there work for money? And how many of you guys actually know how money comes into existence, the kind of economics about it? Probably a very, very small number of you. I know people on this channel that are wise to crypto sort of have more of an understanding, which is beautiful, but the average person really has no idea, even though they're willing to give up the majority of their life for it. And it just seems silly to me. You know, it's a tool that I think enslaves people, and ultimately that's one reason we're such a fan of crypto, because it's offering a little bit of hope where perhaps there wasn't some. So that's essentially it. Quick recap, guys. We think you're in for a very, very bullish end to the year, much the same as other cycles have played out. You've still not had this parabolic mania yet, guys. You're still in your early stages with the lead up. And that's really where we think we are. We think Bitcoin's going to continue to grind up. We think Cardano is essentially setting up a bull flag right now, ready for more continuation to the upside. And you're going to probably, most probably in my opinion, it's not certainty, guys. Please don't bet the farm on any of this. Like I say, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing I say or do on this channel is financial advice. I'm just somebody who's here sharing my experiences with you, sharing my thoughts. We have a really good track record so far. We're not going to get everything right. Let me just make that absolutely clear. We're not superhuman as much as we like to think we are. But yeah, so that's really all I have for you guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend so far. Hope you're all relaxing, enjoying yourselves. And hopefully, if you've enjoyed the content, you leave me a like and a comment. And I will see you all in the next YouTube video. Go over to the Twitter, guys, get subscribed for some more timely updates. and I'll see you in the next one.